Take me out to California.
Hi guys, and welcome to this channel. My name is Holly Matthews and I am a self-development coach, I'm a speaker, I'm a mum of 2 girls and just an all-round good egg, probably. I swear too much, don't like mushrooms. The videos on this channel will be largely about self-development, positive mindset, how you can feel good more than you feel rubbish, and probably some stuff about my family and my kids and things like that. So if you like what you see in this video, then make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Just click the little subscribe button. You know you want to. You've been here before, some of you. You have. You've been here before. Why haven't you subscribed? You should subscribe. You're back again. Subscribe. It really does help me out. So, and then click the little bell notification so that you get notified when I make videos. So on this video, I wanted to talk to you about something that is very close to my heart for many reasons. But it was, so in the UK a few weeks back, we had the news that Caroline Flack, who was a presenter, actor, performer, all-round, performing person, killed herself. Now, I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of that because none of us know what's going on in somebody else's head. And it's just tragic. It's just tragic. And what I wanted to address was this whole online trolling, whatever, being horrible to other people en masse online. And I did a post about this on Instagram when the day after the news broke about Caroline Flack, and it created a right debate on there, and it was essentially me saying, let's just be nicer to each other, which sounds like the most obvious thing in the world. But I just, so a few years back, was it a few years ago, or was it a year? Oh my god, I don't know the timeline now. But a friend of mine, Sophie Gradon, who was also involved in the show Love Island, which Caroline Flack was the host of originally, she also killed herself. And there was also another guy, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce his surname, but I know it was Mike, and I'm not sure his surname, also killed himself off the back of that show. Now, there again, I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of it, but I feel really saddened. And actually, after around the time of Caroline Flack killing herself, I felt really quite ill around that time, and it just wiped me out. I think that it sounds strange that, you know, I didn't know Caroline Flack, although friends of mine did. I guess the empathic side of me, the empath in me, just that collective feeling of grief and sadness really wipes me out more than maybe it does other people. And I guess because I have an understanding and do my business online and have grown up on some platform within the public eye, you know, I started on TV when I was really little, and I'm so glad that there wasn't social media at that time, because I'm not sure growing up with all the normal insecurities that we have, and then having that put on a platform for everyone to comment on, would have been healthy for me at all. And it scares me tremendously when I think of my daughters, being, having that platform. It just scares me, and I think we all need to now, when my friend Sophie died, and there was definitely this feeling that the trolling that she'd had online contributed to what she did, I felt just saddened by it all. When the news of Caroline Flack broke, I didn't have the same feeling. I felt angry. I felt a real sense of anger, and that people need to take personal responsibility. That it's very easy to blame the media, and there was lots of posts about blaming the media, but the media cannot sell newspapers, magazines, TV, bits, news, whatever, if we as the people don't consume it. So while we want to have our comments in or digs. We want to fuel what they're putting out there. When we read every story that they put out, then they will continue to put it out. So it comes down to us and personal responsibility. And actually, on a yes, the newspapers have responsibility, 100%. Yes, the media has responsibility. But I think us as individuals, I think that it made me feel sadder when I see, you know, Linda, who works at the post office, comment on a Caroline Flack or some online influencers, or, you know, on my posts, and it's some awful comment that didn't need to be said. I think Linda from the post office needs to hold herself accountable for being a real insert your own insult. And I think that the argument for people is then that freedom of speech, you can't take away my freedom of speech. Nobody's taking away your freedom of speech. But your freedom of speech does not mean free of consequence for your speech. Because in real life, if you go up to somebody and you say you're a ... whatever, and you call them names, the chances are you might get a slap round the face. You'll get into an argument. There will be consequences for your actions. Just because you are hidden behind a computer screen does not mean that there are not consequences for your words, Linda. Okay? It doesn't work like that. And what annoys me is that people feel, okay, I can just comment on everything. So just because let's say we have a conversation with our friends about a celebrity, right? Someone who's in the public eye, and you say to them, do you know what, I don't particularly like that person, or I don't like the songs that they bring out, they're not a very good singer, I don't like how they look, whatever. You're entitled to that opinion. Absolutely. But you are not obliged, you do not have to then tell that person in the public eye what your opinion of them is. Do you know why? Because it's mean. And there's no reason for you to do it. There's no reason whatsoever for you to then go to that person and say, I think your thighs are fat, or whatever comment it is, right? But yet online, and we've created this culture where people think that they have the right to, that's okay, that's fine, that should be free without consequences because, well, you know, freedom of speech and all that. No, because if we walked around in our normal lives away from the computer screens and we were like, oh, you're fat, you're ugly, you're this, you're that, and we spent our day just telling everybody every thought that we had about them in our heads, then there would be consequences in our day and we would be seen as not a very nice person. Yet if we hide ourselves behind a computer screen and we comment on Caroline Flack's posts or my friend Sophie's post when she was posting on things, and we say you're ugly, you're this, you're crap, you're, you know, you should, whatever else, you know, whatever comment you want to make, and we seem to think that we're free of consequences, that it's okay to do that. And I am sick now of it being seen as this bigger picture thing. Yes, it's a bigger picture, but the culture of social media and things being online, that's here to stay. Get over it. It's here to stay. What we need to work on now is our personal responsibility. Are you going to be a good person, or are you going to be a knob? That's it. Are you going to be kinder to other people? Are you going to still have your opinions but not voice every single one of them to the person? Because I promise you now, blue tick or not, verified or not, every single person has the same fears, has the same worries, has the same insecurities. And I guarantee that Caroline Flack read every single post. I guarantee it. Because it's human nature. We want to see the worst things that people write about us. It's some weird thing that we do. Like, I'm lucky in that I haven't had a massive amount of hate comments online. But, and I also understand that people are absolutely entitled not to like the stuff that I do. And that's not the same thing. People can not like what I do or what people do online. Whether they feel the need to voice it is different. And there's also a difference between something constructive and something unconstructive. If somebody posts on here, your eyebrows are awful, it might be their opinion. That's okay. And they're entitled to that opinion. But they don't have to tell me that. Sometimes they do. that's their opinion, but they could just say it to their friend, oh, I watched this girl's video and I didn't like her eyebrows. Fine, that's not hurting my feelings then, is it? That's not being mean to me. By the way, disclaimer, it doesn't hurt my feelings because I like my eyebrows and I'm very confident with who I am and all of that stuff. But not everybody has high self-esteem, and also I'm not completely immune either, by the way. There has been times when I have had posts that have cut through. They have got me on the wrong day, not necessarily about the way that I look, but other things, people who've said things, and I've posted a video on this when somebody said something about how I was, I think, saying I was cold about the death of my husband, that perhaps I didn't love him. I mean, that's horrible. And so that person didn't have to tell me that comment that they thought. They didn't have to share that. It's not constructive because it's just their rubbish opinion and it's not true. But so it doesn't help. If somebody, however, says, Holly, I really hated the music that you put on that video, or it would be helpful if you gave us this link, blah, blah, I don't know, whatever. If it's constructive, oh, I liked it when you did content like this before, that's cool. It gives me an idea of what people, that's fine, that's constructive. If it's, and also we have to listen to where the message is coming from. If it was somebody who I thought was really successful in their business and they said to me, do you know what, you should really try doing something like this, wicked, and I'm listening, and I can totally take criticism. But if it's just somebody being mean for the sake of being mean, shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth. There's no need for it. There really isn't, and I really think we have to start getting more serious about this. If you're the person that feels the need to just comment every snidey, horrible little comment that you have in your head, I think that you should start questioning why you feel the need to do that. Because if you are spending most of your day judging everybody else, I guarantee you're judging yourself much harsher. And that's not a nice headspace to be in. I don't want that for you any more than I don't want you to then pass on your negativity and vent on somebody else. So I don't really know what the point of this is, other than that conversation has to be had, and we have to look at ourselves. We can't blame this overseeing media, because the media doesn't have any legs if we stop consuming what they put out there, if we turn our backs on that and we spend our time being kinder. And the week before I went on holiday recently, I was really feeling run down, and genuinely the death of Caroline Flack and the ensuing conversations that were being had after that definitely contributed, because I just felt really sad about human nature. I felt really sad that a talented, beautiful person took her own life, that she felt there was no other option, that just devastates me. And yeah, it's a lot. But during that time, there was also, because I openly said I was feeling run down and a bit rubbish and needed to reboot, a friend of mine came round to my house, and not even the closest friend, just quite a new friend to me, a beautiful person, Julie Pooney, who I will link below. She's an amazing designer and wedding planner and all sorts of stationery designer. She's amazing. And she popped round, knocked on my door, bag of food, soup, bread, some little bottle of prosecco, some chocolates, a little card, some flowers, and she was like, this is just a stop and drop, I'm just going to give you this and go. And I just thought, that's the best of human nature, and that's what we should focus on, of course. And most people are lovely, kind, decent human beings, but my urge for you guys is, let's just try to be kinder, even if it's in small ways. Even if it's when you get that urge to make that comment or have that gossip about that other person, that you just question why you feel the need to do that. Like, what are you gaining from passing on that information, for having a gossip about that girl from school, or that person that you work with, or that celebrity that you think has this perfect life? They probably don't. They're just normal. Everybody's just people, and we all have the same fears and worries that everybody else does, and they don't necessarily, people don't need you flagging up what they possibly already believe about themselves and worry that they are. So let's just try to be kinder. Let's just be decent to each other, because we're only here for a little bit of time. And so let's just try and be nice and enjoy it, and not fill our lives full of sad, hateful nonsense. And that is all. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am going to endeavour to upload on Wednesdays and Sundays. I have been a little lax because I've been working very hard, but I will continue to upload lots of good content for you. If you enjoyed this, then make sure that you subscribe and like and comment and let me know your thoughts on this very topic. I will speak to you all soon. Peace.
Take me out to